Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. Lately, I've been doing some streaming over on Twitch, and during a recent stream, I was asked to do a valley tour. I decided my YouTube friends might want to see it as well, so I edited it out and I am sharing it with you all today. I apologize for any annoyances in the editing. There was a lot that I needed to cut out to make it flow, and it's my very first time editing a stream like this. But feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll leave the link for my Twitch down below in case you're ever over there and want to check out my little corner. But without further ado, let's get on with it. In my Glade of Trust, I did the Wizard of Oz journey down the yellow brick road. So fun story, as I was decorating this biome, I was actually watching the movie. So the first part is when Dorothy runs into the Scarecrow. So there's the Scarecrow in his field. And then if you remember in the movie, every time he fell down or ran into something or whatever, he would lose straw out of himself. So oops, I didn't mean to do that. So I threw some pieces of wheat on the floor to mimic that. And then I specifically put him here because in the movie, Dorothy meets the Scarecrow when she comes to a fork in the road and she doesn't know which way to go. And the Scarecrow's like, you could go this way. So I did it right here because it was really the only place in the biome that had like a choice of direction. And it's like the whole biome's not terribly filled in and decorated. You'll see everything back here is undecorated. I just stuck the stall back there and like the well, just because the item limit, you know what I mean? With the item limit, I can't fully decorate everything the way I really want to. So anyway, so then the next person that she comes to is the Tin Man. So this is the Tin Man. And if you remember in the movie, it's like the spooky forest with the trees that are throwing the apples. And then she finds the Tin Man when she's on the ground picking up fruit. And he's like, oil me. And she finds the oil can and she oils him and then they pick him up. So then they cross the bridge, and I didn't really do the whole lot right here, but this was the Cowardly Lion, and there wasn't like anything like too outstanding when she ran into him, an event that happened. So I just kind of did like a jungle theme behind him. And then they're all traveling down the path, they run into the Wicked Witch. So here's the little part in the movie where the Wicked Witch is watching them in the crystal ball, and she's got the flying monkeys around her. So the flying monkeys are the ravens. I hid a critter house back there and put ravens in it for the flying monkeys. And then like the throne is like the Wicked Witch. So she is planning what she's gonna do, and she's like, how am I gonna stop him? And she's like, poppies will make them sleep. So she puts all the poppies out and Dorothy falls asleep. And then as the characters are trying to wake Dorothy, the good witch, Glinda, appears and makes it snow, which wakes Dorothy up. And then they get to the Emerald City where they finally meet the Wizard of Oz. So my beach, I sort of set it up as like a resort. So I kind of pretend like Eric and Ariel's castle or the resorts, right? So you have those, and then you travel down the beach, and then you kind of get into the fun entertainment. This is where we go to do all the stuff. So Donald's house is kind of the boardwalk with his ship there, and then Goofy's stall and Moana's boat for like the market area. And then there's just like this little seating area here, and then Maui's house, which is, I don't know, it's a restaurant, I guess. I'm not really sure. And then over here, I did a little coffee shop. It kind of doesn't really look much like a coffee shop right now because I'm pretty sure I've robbed some stuff out of here to use in other parts of my valley. But anyway, it's a little coffee shop. And then Stitch's house, I don't know, it's a surf shop, I guess. I don't really know. And then I put Moana's house here. And then around the corner, and you have the beach bar, which I've definitely robbed from because there used to be the bar back there from Wreck-It Ralph, and then bathrooms and the public beach area. And then I kind of also decorated the back at Stitch's house just because it was on the beach and I thought it needed something. It's a little booth here where you can buy a beach towel or suntan lotion or whatever you need. Anyways, I had my theme park in my plaza, and I was so tired of never going up to it because I had moved to Scrooge's shop, and so everything was in the meadow and I was never visiting my plaza. That was my theme park and it was my favorite area. So I decided to combine the meadow and the plaza and make one giant theme park that basically encompasses both biomes. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to Disney World, but I have. I'm kind of a nerd about it. Like, when you walk into Magic Kingdom, there's all the shops, there's little restaurants, little attractions that you can go into, gift stores, whatnot. And then as you go further back into the theme park, you go back into all the different lands, and then that's where the rides and stuff are. So that's kind of what I mimicked up here, but then also a little splash of like Disney Springs thrown in. So anyway, so if you go right at first is where I put Scrooge's shop. And then I did put Kristoff's stall up here because by putting it right by, it's like just by putting his stall right by Scrooge's shop, like I'm not forgetting to check it anymore because I go and I check the shop and then I go and I visit Kristoff. So if you've been to Disney World at Epcot, they have the Fountain of Nations, which is like this giant fountain with all the national flag of the different nations, and then like flowers and fountains and all these different things. And so I can't build something that giant in the valley, but I kind of took inspiration from that and did a lot of smaller fountains with the flowers. So if you haven't seen, I put lots of trash cans because I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but Disney himself insisted when Walt Disney World was built, he studied this. And he studied and came to the conclusion that every 30 feet is the perfect balance of trash cans so that people don't throw garbage on the ground. So he, after studying, insisted that in the parks, people were never more than 30 feet away from a trash can. So even today, if you go to Disney World, you will never be more than 30 feet away from a trash can. Fun fact. So lots of trash cans in my builds. Also, they're excellent to fill space when you need. So then I put Remy's house up here, and I'm kind of thinking it as like a theater, not necessarily like a shop or anything, because then over here I did an outdoor theater because I love it so much. And then I did the Figment topiary with more fountain tile, and I just used lots of bushes, lots of greens. This is probably one of my favorite little areas over here. So I did a photo booth, and then I put the easel here. So it's like a caricature. I can't say that word. Or like a silhouette drawing, like at Disney World. And then a little gift shop area where you can buy frames or other fun souvenirs for your pictures and stuff. And then over here, I did it kind of more like Disney Springs, so it's more like restaurant-y, like a bar-y, but so I put Remy's restaurant here, and then I thought, how fun would it be for date night to go eat a nice dinner and then grab an ice cream cone from the ice cream stand while you walk around the park. The most amazing date night, right? And then next to that, if you're not an ice cream person, you can get a coffee at the coffee shop. I'm obsessed with building coffee shops in this game. And then I did little seating here. So you could get dessert here or whatever. And then I just put this here to fill in the space basically, and because it's cute. And then I didn't have room for Woody's carousel with the rest of the rides. And I thought, well, with the way it's decorated and painted, it looks kind of old anyway. So I decided to kind of treat it as more of a antique attraction type of thing versus a ride that people would want to seek out and actually ride. So I put that up here, and then over here, I didn't really know what to do. So I just filled it in with greenery to make it look full. And then I did like a game room with a little snack bar that the teenagers can come hang out in while mom and dad are, doing whatever. I was so excited to get the claw machine finally, so definitely included that in here. And then if you go down into the meadow, this is where the rides are. And in order for this to make sense, we have to do the roller coaster first. So I'll walk you along the track of the roller coaster that I built. And then we can go through and just do a quick run through and look at like the rest of the rides and stuff. So first we're gonna do the roller coasters. So here's where you come and scan your magic bands, get strapped in. and I used this to build the ride. Now, I cannot take all the credit for this because I actually saw Cupcake is Gaming on YouTube, obsessed with her. She built a train in her valley, and I took her idea and made it into a roller coaster. So it's actually very similar to hers. It's just a different imagination type of thing, basically, you know what I mean? And then my build is obviously different because I didn't directly copy it. Like, her train was obviously much different than what you would make a car on a roller coaster. But so I just used the different items to like build the little car. So you get strapped in, and the people in the front row can use the little robot to like shoot the asteroids coming at the windshield of the spaceship, whatever. So then you come around, and like, it's so hard to build curves in this game without using a crap ton of items. So I really did the best I could, but you would imagine this was the first curve of the roller coaster. And the art, you know, kind of go up in the air a little bit, and all the kids are putting their arms up in the air and they're going, wee! Anyway, so then this is just pretty. Cupcake had something similar in her build, and I thought it was really cute, so I redid it. And then here's another little curve, kind of like you're traveling through the balloons that are here. Oh, I don't know. I just decorated little areas for you to look at as you're on the roller coaster. And then you come over here, and it's like, you can't go any further. Well, in order for my villagers to be able to get through the theme park, they're gonna have to cross the track of the roller coaster, right? Because the roller coaster goes all the way around the meadow. So I made bridges. So right here, I have to go around. Right here is the bridge that the villagers would cross to get to the other side. But then you pretend that the track is like a tunnel, and the track goes under right here where this fence is, goes under the Ferris wheel, and here we have another bridge, and the track comes back out up over here on a sharp corner. Everybody goes wee, and then they get around here, and then they go wee again. And then there's another bridge here because the villagers would need to cross to get to the glade. So there's another little tunnel, and then they come out at the castle, and then actually they get to loop around the castle and get a pretty good view of that. And then one more bridge before coming to the end. So that is the roller coaster. Let's go to the rest of the rest is like super easy, right? So on this side, I just put a bench and some greenery because there's not really much you can do there. And then going down the center, I really wanted to use the blue clock tower because I hardly ever use it, and I thought that it went with the rest of the stuff like the best. So I use that as the focal point in the middle. And then I really wanted to use these pillars down here, and I'm really getting tired of these Mickey arches. So basically what I did was put a pillar on each side to make it look like the pillars were making the arch, so that I could use the pillars and make the Mickey arches not so boring. And then I don't know, here's the little rest area. I did some snack carts, a picnic table. I really tried hard to make the ponds look like they belonged in the area. So you'll notice I'll place fountains by them, or rocks, or whatever. And then little bathrooms. Right here is where you would enter, get on the Dumbo ride. I'm also really starting to play with lights a lot more. So I'm putting different colored lights by different items, and I'm really becoming a little bit more obsessed with that kind of stuff. So I don't know, it's kind of fun. And then over here we have the teacups. Okay, by the teacups, I did a bar. Yeah, come back around here, and I don't know, I needed something to fill in space. I've seen a lot of people do this. So I built like a little spaceship kiddie ride. And then I just stuck the castle back here and put some more fountains and some blue lights. Now my Forest of Valor doesn't necessarily make sense, so don't get your hopes up. And it's also not complete. I think that my forest is actually probably really going to change quite a bit with the next update, just judging by what they've shown us so far, because I just think my forest is going to be changing a lot. And also I haven't cleaned up here today, so I'm sorry, but in my forest, I have just a lot of smaller builds that I'm trying to all mesh together somehow. I don't know. I'm not done up here for sure, but so this is probably my favorite up here. I did a wedding venue. So like you would imagine this is where the bride would walk in, and like here's overflow seating, or like the waiting area for the wedding party, and then the aisle and the altar. And then over here would be the gift table and the bar, and then a place for guests to sit and have a little snack from the little appetizer buffet. And then I really need to clean up here. And then here's the DJ booth and the dance floor for after dinner so the guests can get jiggy with it. Over here, I'm not obsessed. Yes, the raccoon is the waiter. He would like to take your order, please. Anyways, I'm not obsessed with this. I tried to do a playground, so we'll start over here. And I'm definitely not obsessed with this build, like at all. But it is what it is. So on this side, I built a sandbox, which I like the concept of the sandbox. And over here, I did like a splash pad. And then these would be like the bouncy rides, the rides when we were kids, and they have their own springs. That's what these are. That's what I pretend these are. And then just more like, this is like the toddler playground area, I guess. I don't really know. So I had to move my houses up here and I haven't decorated yet. So this is all gonna change, but over here I built a petting zoo. So this is where you would walk in and pay for your little treats that you want to get to feed the animal. And then we have our little different areas for our little animals, turtles, and our aviary for our bird, and then bunnies. They don't stay where they're supposed to, but that's okay. And then there's also the aquariums if you want to feed the fish, and of course bathroom, and you have to wash your hands when you're feeding animals. That's my little petting zoo, and that's basically all I have in the forest. I have all my fruit trees up here because I've been debating doing an orchard up here, but I'm kind of having not second thoughts, but like kind of a creative block on what to do for my orchard. So right now I just have all my fruit trees up here. I have absolutely nothing in Frosted Heights, absolutely nothing there. So Sunlit Plateau I made into a jungle, which I'm basically obsessed with this biome now. So anyway, this is where Scar's house is. Which actually, I can just go up here and show you like a little peek of what I have in Forgotten Lands because it's not much. But I did do a spooky theme park up here. So like, there's not really anything worth doing a full walkthrough because this is literally it. But yeah, I did do like a spooky theme park up here that is pretty cool, but it's probably not gonna stay. So come down this way, you have Mirabel's house, and I definitely decorated her house very family oriented. So there's like a pool party over here. I'm obsessed with bars, if you couldn't tell. And then lots of seating, game, a big table where they can all sit and eat dinner. And then of course, access to the river. And then on the other side, I did like a little like quiet seating area with a big couch to sit around the campfire. So that's fun. And then if you go down this way, have this little area where I put the stall and the well and a crafting table, because I actually spend more time here than you would think I would because I mine a lot. So anyway, and then I just wanted everything to feel very full. So I used a lot of mustard, but I did this little area that leads back to the other Forgotten Lands entrance. Just a hammock by the water because, oh, it's so cute. I put Pride Rock here with this little pond thing that I want more of, but I can't figure out how to get more of it. And then you kind of curve around here, and then I put the waterfall back here because I'm actually obsessed with this piece. I love it so much. And then I just did another little seating area with another little waterfall to make it feel very like jungly and whatnot. And then Wally's house is back here. And then I just filled it in with clusters and trees to make it look very full until I have more stuff that I can actually put down here. So anyway, that's all down here. That's actually my entire valley now. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little tour, even if it was in a little bit different of a format than normal. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more videos like this where I edit down streams that I do on Twitch. And if you'd like to join in on the action live, be sure to give me a follow over there. That's all I had for you today, friends. Until next time, peace out.